While we get the stage ready by our operations team, I would like to quickly take you through the panel session which is coming up in the next 2 minutes, and who are the expert panel members who are going to discuss on this very important topic of fire safety, prevention and management, preventing industrial hazards, a critical aspect of health safety and excellence. We will have the experts like Mr. Rajendra Singh from Jindal Steel Works, JSW Steel. We will have Mr. Rajendra Gangwar from Dixon Technologies India, Mr. Sunil JETHANI from Honda Cars India, Dr. 𝐅𝐢𝐫𝐞 from Indian Oil Corporation, Mr. Manish Kumar from DLF, and the panel is going to be moderated by our honorable moderator, Mr. Raman Srivastava from Indraprastha Gas. So while we get the stage ready and set to welcome our panel members with a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, shall we? So let's welcome our first panel member with a big round of applause joining the stage, and help me welcome them with a big applause, Mr. Rajendra Singh, VP Safety and Fire Services from JSW Steel. A big round of applause to Rajendra ji. Welcome to the panel, sir. Please have your seat. Joining next on the panel, we have Mr. Rajendra Gangwar, Corporate Head of EHS from Dixon Technologies Limited. A big round of applause to Mr. Rajendra Gangwar. Welcome to the panel, sir. Please have your seat. Joining next on the panel, we have Mr. Sunil JETHANI, GM and Chief Safety Officer from Honda Cars India. A big round of applause to Sunil ji. Welcome to the panel, sir. Please have your seat, sir. Joining next, we have Dr. 𝐅𝐢𝐫𝐞 DGM EMS from Indian Oil Corporation. Big round of applause to Dr. Kumar. Welcome to the panel, sir. Please have your seat. Joining next on this panel, we have Mr. Manish Kumar, Senior Vice President and Group HSE from DLF. A big round of applause to Manish Kumar, sir. Welcome to the panel, sir. Please have your seat. And now our honorable moderator for this panel, Mr. Raman Srivastava, SVP, FNS, RCA and RM from Indraprastha Gas. A big round of applause to Raman Srivastava, sir. Sir, welcome to the panel. Glad to have you. Please have your seat. So gentlemen, all over to you. We have a full house audience, and I'm sure it's going to be a great session for the next 45-50 minutes with such an important topic. So Raman sir, all over to you for that session.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Raman Srivastava. I am Senior Vice President in Indraprastha Gas Limited. I am looking after HSE Regulatory, Corporate Affairs and Risk Management, and working more than 30 years in oil and gas industries. So, as you know that this panel is very, very important and discussing about the fire safety and preventive management. Because for any industry, the preventive management is the backbone of the industry. And you know, we have a very eminent speakers with us to discuss and suggest and explain what are going on in the industry, like digitization, AI-based, or people behavior, safety management system. So the things are changing rapidly, and we would like to know about the panelists, what is going on and how we are preventing the accident incidents before happening. So I would welcome to all the panelists, and I request each of the panelists to introduce yourself.
Thank you, sir. Respected seniors and dear friends, myself, Dr. 𝐼𝐸𝐫𝐞 𝐒𝐚𝐻. Basically, I am a fire engineer passed out from National Fire Service College, Nagpur, and joined Indian Oil in 1993. After, in between, I done my MTech in HSC and MBA from UPS Dehradun. After that, I have completed PDS from RLI Calcutta, and I have done PhD in behavior-based safety. Recently, I have released one book, Mindset Matters. With due permission, I am showing you. It is available in Amazon and Flipkart regarding all safety factors, how it affects our behavior. So you people can go through it, very nominal price available. I am not advertising here, but I am just telling because the benefit of our safety professionals. Recently, after doing MBA, I have shifted to HSE, but simultaneously I am working in HSE department, but fire and safety jobs directly not looking after, but training and all these things I am conducting time to time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ray. My name is Manish Kumar, and I am from Group HSE DLF. The background is that I have worked in 9 countries around the world, mostly in constructions, EPC projects, and currently I'm leading the biggest real estate organization in the country. Thank you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is SUNIL JETHANI, and currently working with Honda Car India as a corporate safety head, where we have 2 manufacturing plants and 5 warehouses, along with the zonal offices and regional training centers for the dealers. So I'm with this group for about 23 years out of my 32 years of experience. And again, the balance experience is also with the Japanese organization. So I'm basically the core experience into the Japanese concept, Kaizen, TPM, TQM. Now I've been trained into Japan also for 6 months on various aspects of the projects and safety. So post-lunch session, looking forward for a cooperation. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Myself, Rajendra Gangwar, leading EHS function at group level in Dixon Technology India Limited. I have more than 25 years experience, worked with various industries like Hindustan Unilever, Honda Steel Power Product, and in Minda Industry Limited. Basically, we did work in 2 areas, auto industry as a beverage industry. And in beverage industry, when I leading EHS function, at that time I gone through the DuPont training. Basically, I am DuPont trainer on behavior-based safety. Today, technology very fast growing, but now we need to focus on transformation of the people. People transformation is very, very essential in respect to technology. So this is my humble request to everyone. Please focus on behavior part in the industry. We can save 90% incident. You know, the 90% accident due to unsafe act. Unsafe act direct contribution of behavior. Even you can say risky behavior. That is individual contribution. And unsafe act basically the group contribution. So in first week, correct the individual. Definitely 90% majority of accident we can reduce. So we work on this area, so we can save the incident. Thanks.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am 𝐅𝐢𝐫𝐞 𝐒𝐚𝐟𝐞, heading Safety and Fire Services with JSW Steel. I'm heading 3 plants, Joli, Sala, Banjar. And since my last stint at Reliance Industries, Vedanta, and now I'm working with the JSW Steel since last 11 years. So I have seen the chemical scenario. I have seen aluminum making smelters, and now I'm very much into the steel making. If you talk about the steel, then everywhere there is a fire. So you can just imagine the kind of hazards prevailing in the steel industry. So looking forward for the fruitful discussion.
I think we have a very eminent panelist, and what we have discussed and what we have observed, like in Indraprastha gas, we have a technology, we have all the equipments, we have all the system, but human behavior is very, very important. As one of the panelists has also suggested, like behavior-based safety is very important for any organization to ensure the safe operation. Like if we can see, if the person or if a worker or if a officer of anyone in the industry is working safely, because someone is observing. If any organization, people will work safely without any observation of the management, then you can say the organization is very, very safe. So the behavior safety is very important, and every organization is working on it, and they are emphasizing on the work culture of the safety so that it can get inculcate in the habit of the workman. So just I'm going to start the discussion because we have a limited time, because there are so many points I think you would tell during the discussion. So my first discussion point is with Mr. Dr. Manoj Kumar Ray. How can we implement effective training to equip a staff not just to react, but to proactively recognize and avoid the hazards before an accident even occurs? So please tell about this.
Thank you, sir. Actually, this is related to training issues. Normally what happens, we conduct training programs mostly in classrooms with PowerPoint presentations, sometimes case studies, sometimes small cinemas, videos. But thing is that effectively we less cover about hazards of our own plant in conventional training programs, because in some organizations people think one day relax, I get one day relax for training, I will relax and I will casually go and learn whatever teaches. But actually these training programs should be, in my opinion, it should be specific, very specific, because other than the theoretical portion, we should focus on our hazard identification process. Suppose everybody cannot see hazards. In plant areas when we are working, people, operators, officers, those who are visiting the site, they should observe the hazards effectively and efficiently. Everywhere nowadays we are talking about behavior-based safety, but what happens? Rectification nobody doing. Suppose I have seen a hazard, I will immediately not rectify. I will go to office, I will lodge a near miss report, then it will come to the manager will come for send someone. It will take some few hours. By that time hazard may not available, yes, that person also gone away, something may happen also. So this training system we have to improve, we have to do practical training approach. We have to give in training other incidents of our industry or other PSUs, yeah, similar nature of industries. Generally what happens, we saw some foreign countries videos, foreign country fire videos, so people generally don't take that much interest. If we will show our Indian videos like Bhopal gas tragedy or other issues, and or our own plant incidents, if video is not available, everywhere nowadays near miss taking a big step, and we will discuss high potential near misses during training period, the analysis, the root cause, then only people will realize. Second point is, we should do frequent walkthroughs with management. Maybe it is not possible always to visit plants with top management, but middle management people, we should visit the plant, we should see the hazards, what happens, and what are the rectifications we can do. Along with training program also, we should keep some plant visit. Generally what happens, we only do classroom trainings, then launch, after that some questionnaires and vote of thanks, so the training is over. No, in my opinion, we should keep 1 or 2 hours site visit. We should fix one plant. Every participant should go there. We should give them task for spot the hazard. Then we will discuss about that hazard, what is the rectification, how we will rectify. This type of training program should be included in our training programs. Another is VR issues and IR VR issues. What happens nowadays, different models are coming. we can spend money and utilize that. Otherwise, we can use some modules, new models about the training program. I think this, in this way, we can improve. Simply with this slide presentation, we cannot do training programs effectively. Thank you.
I think you have very well explained about the theoretical part as well as the practical concept. So that's why we are doing the mock drills to educate the people, to get the awareness amongst the people. So in case of any emergency, how you will handle it. So mock drills and practical trainings are also very, very important. In case of actual situation, the person can take care, because theoretical is the one part and second is the practical aspect. So well said. And now coming to the second question, I'm just discussing to Mr. Manish Kumar. So when we look at a fire system audit, what is it important to move towards a customized and risk-based scored assessment? How does this scoring methods give us a clear picture of our safety gaps?
Thank you so much. There are few key notes in this question which I can recall. He asked about fire safety audit, which is one thing that we are looking at. Second point that he asked, customized fire safety audit. So let's discuss about customized fire safety audit. See, I'll tell you, I'll start from my experience. While working at Doha airport, there was a visit from Japan. I was working with Taisi and they had a corporate visits. So in that corporate visit, I recall a gentleman coming from Japan, taking one whole day to do an audit on 5 points. So again, you know, with the demography that I've been bought in, somebody coming all the way, checking only 5 points in FLS, that definitely astonished me, that why the audit is not exhaustive, why is he not covering much more points that even we as an HSE manager is doing. Like at that time we had 26,000 as a labor workforce and we were 2 managers in division. So then later on, when I matured a little, I realized that definitely any fire safety audit, and I'll tell you that this experience has come definitely from my current organization, any fire safety audit cannot be generalized. You do a check sheet for a fire safety audit for any construction project, civil construction project, or you do for an operational project. Will you have the same checkpoints going through? If I am doing a fire safety audit for an operational project, I have to think about life safety. I have to think about active fire protection. Plus, if I'm enough educated, I'll be thinking about passive fire protections as well. Like currently in the building that I'm standing in, will it stand in case of fire? That is very important. And in case there is an uneventuality, will I be able to escape? That means, do they have the compartmentation? Do they have the regulations which is required as part of compartmentation, which is the operational aspect? So definitely the answer is that the fire safety audit has to be customized and it cannot be one size fits all. Definitely never. So again, answering back to my own query which I had few years before, it has to be designed as per the requirement. Secondly, if you look at the fire safety requirements as part of assembly buildings, as part of different type of buildings that we have, a hospital will have definitely different fire safety audit than it can have in an office building. Even the installations are different. If you look at the fire that happened in Calcutta, as an example, in ICU, as a fire, which was one of the biggest in hospital, you can recall that it was all from ICU. Before that, nobody was thinking to lay, the heat detection cables for ELVs. Now people have already started thinking in that way. So the idea is that once we apply for an NOC for fire system, I think we do apply for an initial requirement of the NOC, which talks about the design basis review report, and then the detailed design that we submit. I'm talking in part of construction. So those all aspects, if it is covered very neatly, Then in an audit, if that can only be a checkbox, like, okay, the building has been designed as per the pressurization requirement, the building has all the active and passive fire protection as per the requirement. And let me tell you that more than active fire protection, the passive fire protection is one thing that we should be looking at. There are n number of sealants that you go across through the holes which is not matching the requirement of the installations. So it has to be customized when you are doing this. The second part was that scoring, like how the scoring will help doing a fire safety audit. Definitely a score is required. Either you put a grade, number, or any quantification. How will it help? It will definitely let you know your strength. First of all, we need to know what is our strength. Once we know our strength, then we have another part to look at, that where are the areas where we need to improve. So scoring will give us a very prospective ideas that how it should be done. And once we have a scoring outcome, if you are scoring 9 out of 10, be happy about it. But then looking at the 0.1% or 1% or 10% of the requirement which you have missed in will definitely lead you to the next part of it. So having a compact scoring, having a quite customized fire safety audit will definitely help. It all will help if we have a right auditor doing it through. Everyone is doing an audit. We, like anyone in this room, cannot call themselves a full-fledged auditor. They will have some aspect of knowledge. So let's use that customized checklist. Let's do the tick box. Let's score us and see how further we can go and how we can improvise in case we are an auditor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manish. I think very well explained about the importance and methodology of audit. So my next question is Mr. Sunil JETHANI. How do we bring all these components together into a cohesive strategy? What are the key steps in developing robust fire system management system that remain sustainable over a time?
Okay, thank you. So, based on my experience with the Japanese organization, how I see this, all the components, how we can bring together. So, every aspect of this, let us say fire safety today we are talking, has to be evaluated on 4M basis. Now we say in Japanese culture PDCA, and then there are 4M aspect: man, machine, method, and material, or you say resource. And then the complete one cycle has to be, defined properly of any, let's say, firefighting system or fire management system. What is your one cycle from where to where you are defining for this fire safety management, so that there is no gray area is left. So when we say 4M, so let's say we talk about man first. So your PDCA starts, in P we have the infrastructure planning, manpower planning, methodology planning. So in P itself there are 4M, let's say, and we are talking about first 1M. So in first M also you have to understand the complete one cycle, from recruitment to training, then refresher training, and then again methodology of training, material of training, what kind of resources you are giving. So in man also you have to define the one cycle of, because you're talking about the sustainability also over a period of time. So it is not only equipment. So when you say the first time, so when you do the recruitment, you're doing for safety, then there has to be a proper evaluation criteria. There has to be a infrastructure. Once people are on the board, how to train them, how to make them visualize what is expected from them. But since these incidents happen over a period of time, once in a while, how to keep them 24/7 alert? What kind of refresher, what kind of different, mechanism has to be there, so that they're always having the same mind. Always people start comparing with the quality, delivery, or other departments, because there is no regular job for the safety people. So how they should understand the seriousness of their audits, their checks. So in man, with this type of flow, like you have to define the complete cycle, and keeping in view 24/7, when everybody is enjoying during festival, they are still in the factory 24/7 during festival, holidays. So that in M, this factor, you have to consider everything to sustain for a long time. Now coming to the infra, let's say machine, similar cycle for the machine also. When you start designing your firefighting system, we have to take the responsibility. When you're buying such a costly equipment, why we are compromising? So from design itself, you have to involve yourself and decide your one cycle, it is from where to where. So when you decide the equipment specification, you decide for the firefighting itself there. When you are doing the installation, what are your checkpoints? Pre-installation, post-installation, during the trials, how I have accepted those installation at that time. And because those will help, those key parameter of installation will help you to make the correct checkpoint as it has been discussed and to maintain and monitor properly. Now to maintain it, then what kind of equipments, because it is not always good or bad, has to be value based. So some infra is required, some equipments are required, let's say to monitor pressure or other things, gas leakages. So proper infra for preventive, those has to be decided during the course of planning of this infra. So the maintenance team should not be later on say that infra is not there, so I have just visually checked what we have seen in Bhopal gas strategy also. So machine, it is like till the equipment check sheet is made, and then again training how to do, how to inspect. Further, these sustenance through preventive maintenance, and again, during this, after installation, how to capture the change point because of any project expansion, any business expansion. We normally avoid telling this change point to the safety department or to the maintenance department. And then once something happens, then again we start in the blame game that this thing was not shared, this thing is not updated, drawing is not updated, and the change point, due care was not taken for the safety while doing the change point. So in equipment area, infra area, for the firefighting system, we have to take care in such a way that we are able to sustain. Further, for long term, as we discuss, as the TPM also speaks, that the back to the basic, always we have to see that how we are maintaining equipment into the original condition by applying various technologies, various methods, starting from the 𝐠HUE to the preventive maintenance, predictive maintenance. So same happens with our firefighting system also. So I will not go much, but similarly it comes to the method and the other infra. So with this, I think the approach we can sustain, and we can bring together all this aspect of the equipment, infra, man, and the methodology.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Sunil, for explaining about the fire safety management system. Now, next question, I request Mr. Rajendra Gangwar. How does the fire system prevent fires before firefighters take hold? And especially, how early intervention can minimize the business downtime?
Yeah, before arriving the firefighters, firefighting system working quietly, in the background. You know about the National Building Code, NBC 2016, they are clearly mentioned type of protection. One is the active protection and second is the passive protection. But passive protection basically during construction of the building, you have ensure compartmentation of the building and fire dumper, fire wall, fire door. These all come under the passive fire protection. And second part, active fire protection, fire alarm, fire extinguisher, fire hydrant, a manual call point comes under the active fire protection. So before arrive the firefighter, basically modern firefighting system has 3-layer defense. One is the detection, second is the alert and alarm, and third one is the suppression system. Suppose that any smoke based on occupancy, somewhere you have first defense means smoke detector. You have to install the LPG detector, or you have to install the beam detector based on the area occupancy and condition of the activities. Second part is detection. So detection, alarm part basically alarm clearly mention, clearly communicate to the people so we can evacuate the area, and also we take help from the external agency. Now come on third defensive system, suppression system where you install their mining system. There is no man. That is the unmanned area there where we install the suppression system, yeah, high hazard LT panel, yeah, or UPS room. There we need to install suppression system. These three layers definitely will reduce the impact, business impact, harm as well. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Gangwar. Very well explained. And now coming to Mr. R.K. Singh. What are the specific challenges and best practices for preventing fires at manufacturing plants with fire suppression systems?
Okay. Let me start with the one case study which comes to my mind whenever fire is being discussed. There was a devastating fire in one of the plants, and it was so messy kind of condition that HOD of that department was touching my feet. Somehow, please save. When it gets vulnerable, when it gets worsened, then if you call whatever competency of the fire people, you cannot extinguish fire immediately. I'm talking of the one conveyor fire. And when the reason was, the causes were investigated, that was found a very silly mistake. Silly mistake was on the part of the interlock failure, or interlock was not there. One hot material was being fed to the conveyor. A feeder was feeding that hot material, and that feeder has no interlock with a high temperature. So that was the thing. So these are the challenges that if people are not thinking, not alarming, so the question is that whether we should be dependent on the people to call us for that. Now, in order to overcome that kind of challenge, now modern technologies are coming. And especially I give importance to the prevention rather than suppression. Because suppression, we are expert, we have a competency, we will extinguish fire. Any damn fire, we have a very competent team, and that is ready to extinguish the fire. In that particular incident, one senior management called me in the late night, and he was asking, what happened? My answer was that we extinguished the fire. We saved the structures. Rest, you see. Oh no, that 4 or 5 days will be required to rectify each and everything. We are not responsible. We are the firefighting people. What do you expect from me? So now, rather than to rely on the suppression, we should rely on prevention. And for prevention, in order to meet that challenge, what you are referring, that these are the challenges, mindset. Fire system लगा हुआ है, चलेगा. Fire नहीं होगा. What about the reliability of that fire protection system? You talk of the NIPS, you talk of the HVWS, you talk about the MBWS. These systems require periodic monitoring. If you don't monitor, whenever there is an emergency, this system will not work. So basic thing is that we should take care of the mechanical integrity of these systems. That is the process safety part, and that's why I give always importance to the process safety management. In process safety management, we talk about the interlock management system. We talk about the interlock bypass management system. We talk about the process hazard analysis, which the fire is one of the important angle of looking at that. So if we take these into consideration, then we can reduce or we can nullify all the fire incidents. And we can I'm telling you, by my experience, when I joined one organization, I won't name, in days, 2 fires were happening. 2 fires, one in the day and one in the night when I was sleeping. Then I have to rush back because I was in township. So such is the condition, then where is the reliability? We came out from that situation and now we are less than 5 or 6. And that, to be very frank, there is no major fire. That happened due to implementation of the systems, robust systems. Like one system I'm telling you, 𝐼𝐸 we made. 3,500 𝐼𝐸 we made. They are capable of handling any emergency and they are deployed in the various units. Whenever there is an emergency, they will be in operation. There is no need to call the fire people because fire tender will rush to the spot. It may take 15 minutes. You don't have 15 minutes. So such kind of systems will always help in leading to, no fire zone.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. I think very well explained about the case study and importance of these technology and devices. So coming to the next round, I'm just going to ask one thing about Dr. Manoj Kumar Ray. Mock drills I have explained, that is very, very important. So related to that, often implies treat a fire drill like a coffee break. They walk slowly and don't take it seriously. How can management change this culture? How do we make drills feel real so people actually learn? Because you have written a book, Mindset. So I think that is very, very relevant to you. How you can control these things and how you can suggest about the fire drill.
Thank you, sir. Actually, you have rightly told, sometimes, not sometimes, most of the times people take mock drill not seriously because they think this thing will happen like this only. There are so many factors for this. First one factor is that few people there don't have any experience of major fire, major disaster they have not seen in their life. So they think that fire is like this, we will do mock drills and we will go office and this, that. Actually, what happens, we have to increase their awareness first. Awareness level to increase before drill, before conducting drills. We should give some training to the observers. We have to keep some observers in different places, in plant in critical locations, and we will give training to observers. And then supervisors has a major role in these drills. They have to play a major role. So we have to also impart another training program for supervisors and explain them not about the particular drill, but the seriousness of the drill and impact of all these issues that people are not taking seriously. These two factors is related to human behavior. Second one is we will not declare the drill time. Means we will, because there are so many services required, suppose HR services required, canteen service required, all the services are required. We have to try to maintain the confidentiality. The next week we will have the drill, but in which time we will do the drill, that should not be declared. And another thing, it was mostly in industries observed, we do drill in a particular time, 11 o'clock. Mostly you will find 11 o'clock is the ritual time for doing drills. That should be avoided. We should do drills in a different time, different shifts and different weathers, so that people will be habituated. Even if late night drills should also conducted, so that people, because most of the cases in emergency, people are very hesitant to come during night time to attend any emergency. So if we will conduct this type of drills, then actual scenario will be exposed in what position we are working. Another issue, our fire and safety professional, they have to do drills. After drill, they have to do a debriefing session. Initially at site, they should do the debriefing session. In that debriefing session, they should tell what are the good points they have observed and what are the lacunas or negative points they have observed. Politely, they should explain everybody. And after that, they should also debrief these issues to management in either conference hall or something like that, administrative building. A meeting to be, just after deal, a meeting should be convened. All the participants and major departmental HODs, DGMs and GMs, they should come in executive director, unit head, in presence of all these points to be discussed and its minutes to be made and time-bound compliance to be done. In this way, if we will continue drills, then seriousness will come. Otherwise, people will think this is just like a coffee break and we will come, we will assemble at assembly point. Again, drill is over, we will return. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I feel one thing that we can do, and it's a practical approach that we did, that there are certain performance-based design. So performance-based designs are also in calculation that how much time will it take for people to come on. So you can have a simulative performance design for the building, and that you can showcase to the person who is coming there, and you can exactly time it out that after this, whosoever has come, the chances of him surviving is nullified. So that seriousness has to be given to them. And to me, I will also add, any fire safety audit should also recognize the drills. Okay, the audits and the drill cannot be matched at all the time, but at times if you have certain structured audit procedure, then you can match it up, and that is really effectively helping us to find out the gaps which is not even identified in the mock drill reports. So that also can help.
No, thank you very much. So it is important that communication is very, very important. Pardon?
If you allow, I have something to add.
No, because there are so many questions, so just because there is a time limit.
Just
You want to add something?
Yeah.
Yeah, just.
One system is known as emergency response and control plan. That is the most effective system, and if it is followed religiously, then the mock drill will be effective. And mock drill effectiveness also you measure after the mock drills. And he was referring to the time mock drill. So let me tell you my experience that off-time mock drill, if not properly arranged, then it will result no improvement.
Benefit. No, that's all. Thank you for sharing your views. Now, I'm just going to ask one this generic question to Mr. Sunil JETHANI. Like, we are aware that there was a fire in the last month in the Hong Kong high-rise building. So the point is related to that. On November 26, the fire at high-rise building in Hong Kong remind us the panic in high-rise buildings. With Indian metro cities now full of towers 80 to 100 meters tall, we have to ask a hard question. Are our buildings actually designed to guarantee the safe evacuation of occupants from that height? So this is a general question I am asking because industry based and the process safety, we have already discussed so many points. So just a generic question, if you add your views on that.
So maybe today from the real estate sector also, I don't know, but don't mind. But if you ask me honestly, not up to that extent. I will take reference of, let's say, my society only. I'm living in 𝐷𝐿𝐫𝐞. So in that society also we had 2 fire incidences because of electrical wiring. And of course, in general, if any root cause is not found, it is said to be short circuit of electrical wiring. So for even this Hong Kong case, I don't know, but till the time I was in touch, there was no root cause identified so far. But why this got spread, that was the most spoken in the news because of the scaffolding made or nearby, a lot of combustible material was there. Now when combustible material was there, it was not noticed as a, again, what I referred earlier, change point or abnormality. In case of fire, it can catch and it can spread to that level, was not noticed. It was noticed as a normal thing, as a scaffolding because of some renovation was going on. So this is, giving a learning. So I'll not go into that. The question is for our, current scenario. So I feel a lot of scope is there. And for that only thing, I think, one is the responsibility, what I said, for the manufacturer, the real estate builders. Other, the customer, you can say, demand is not there. When we go for, booking a flat, apartment, we see a lot of things. But we don't demand or we don't see the safety aspect, the fire safety aspect into that. So that culture, I think, still is lagging. And once we are into in also, post that also there is a responsibility of every individual. So we have a lot of big societies, even infra, you say, when you're talking about the infra here. In Gurgaon, we have now more than 100 floors, buildings. But government infra supports only, let's say, 40 to 50 meters, and the private builders may have infra, I heard about 90 meters. There was an article 2 weeks back in Times of India. But the story, overall building height is quite more than that. So even we don't have infra here available to support that fire. And as I mentioned earlier, the collaboration with the safety department by this, society, that is also lagging. There is no collaboration when we do. There is no layout available with them. So when they come suddenly for firefighting, it will always be a challenge. So how, as a society, we look into this, that we collaborate with the government officials, and we share the layout, we share the change point, we show them whenever there is an emergency, because there is always a periphery defined for every fire safety, this department. Also for individual, what I request, I will just take 1 more minute, that any society, we have a lot of RWAs and a lot of discussion we do, but my request that we at least do a lot of discussion on safety also. We celebrate, we discuss on WhatsApp group for the festival celebration, other facilities, amenities, all those things, but we never discuss for the safety. So I think, because see, we leave office for office and all, but our family is there for 24 hours. And accident never sees in what position you are, what size flat, what kind of flat, but accident can happen anytime, anywhere. So it is the round the clock, and we have to ensure that we are living in a safe place and society is safe. So everybody's involvement and awareness is very important. And it is a continuous process. So every time, see, it is a very subtle thing. I cannot say that it is safe, that's why I'm into Hotel Radisson. We know it is safe. So we are confidently sitting here and enjoying. But then incidents can happen anytime. So this inbuilt, the design itself and then monitoring has to be there continuously so that we sustain and maintain the fire safety.
Well, thank you, Mr. Sunil, that this point has to be addressed. And I think, Mr. Manish, you are working with DLF. So can you add in a 1 minute, because we have the limited time.
Thank you so much. I was desperate to answer you. Just to buy your confidence, I'm sure you are little negative on what is there happening with RWA, and so was I, when I initially came to Gurgaon. But one thing is pretty sure, that we have a very robust framework. If being followed, it will be definitely leading to a fire safe buildings. And after Upahar, what I recall, that after Upahar, right from developer top down to the bottom, people are very aware of what NBC is, what NBC Part 4 talks about, how it is deliberated. You always have a fire safety consultant onboarded once the concept design is frozen. In the DBR, the details are being given. But as Mr. Nathani is saying, I will not defy whatever he is saying. One point is very important, that whatever system you install, unless you have an effective RWA to operate or maintain the building, it will not be as per the uses. So again, the requirement is very robust. We have to maintain it and ensure that we have regular maintenance practice, which has to be digitized, I think, nowadays.
No, I agree on your views, because maintenance is very important. Even though we have installed a very state-of-art technology system, but if we are not able to maintain it, then at the time of emergency, that will not work. So maintenance, routine maintenance is very, very important.
Yeah, even a simple work is happening. Somebody is blocking one of the sprinklers. So you imagine the extent the person who is doing it is not even thinking that what can be the extent of the issue. Even in Hong Kong fire, there are multiple reasons which has come out of it. But if you look at, it was completely engulfed. Only the passages were given for the occupants to go in, and it was engulfed with a monofilament net, which is very flammable.
So I think the last point, 1 minute, I will just give Mr. R.K. Singh, because one important point was left out. Could you tell us about the latest tools and technologies in fire protection system landscape? What are the new standards or of devices that fire and safety managers should be aware of right now? Just give for 2 minutes.
I'll sum up. Okay. I stated a few of the systems, after some disaster, we learn from the incidents. So one particular that system is nitrogen injection prevention system. That is installed in the transformer. Blaze cut we have installed in LT panels. MBWS especially for the conveyors and for cable galleries. So these are the some of the examples. So far as the system standards you are referring, so a lot of standards are there. NFPA, there are a lot of standards which are applicable for a sprinkler, which are applicable for the fire suppression system. We have IS codes also. So various IS codes are there. National Building Code he was referring to. So there are many things. If you take out what is important for your organization, like what we are doing at present, let me share it. Earlier the fire department was not in loop when any new facility was coming up. Now we have broken that jinx, and now we are analyzing. So what we did, we changed from the lower hazard to high hazard. So once the high hazard is there, then your design is entirely different, changed. So now that type of thrust is required. Basically from the start, if we are involved and we are designing robust systems, then definitely there will be no fire. Or again, I will give a stress to the prevention rather than the suppression.
So finally, I conclude it, prevention is better than cure. So prevention is very, very important, and I would just request audience, if anyone is having any question, may please ask.
I think first of all, this panel deserves a great round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a big round of applause for this wonderful panel on fire safety and prevention management, preventing the industrial hazards. And my compliments to all the esteemed panel members for sharing their thoughts and for keeping us, sharing the knowledge for the last 50 minutes. And special thank you to Raman sir for wonderfully moderating this session. I think we are out of time, but still we can take one quick question. Post that, I think the panel members are available for you to discuss personally. Any question, please raise your hand. We'll pass on the mic, and limit it to only one question only. Any questions? Do we have any questions from the floor? Yeah, I think when there are no questions, that means it was a superb panel. So, all right, now I would request Mr. Shaurya Agarwal, Director from NeoSafe Safety Shoes. Shaurya, if you could kindly come and do the honors of felicitating the panel. Thank you, Shaurya. Can we have the certificates, please? We will start with Mr. Rajendra Singh from JSW Steel. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Rajendra Singh from JSW Steel for sharing his valuable insights in the panel. Moving next to Mr. Rajendra Gangwar from Dixon Technologies India. A big round of applause to Mr. Rajendra Gangwar for his valuable contribution and insights in the panel. Moving next to Mr. Sunil JETHANI from Honda Cars India. A big round of applause to Mr. Sunil JETHANI for his valuable insights in the panel discussion session. Moving next to Dr. Ray Manoj Kumar from Indian Oil Corporation. A big round of applause to Dr. Manoj Kumar for his wonderful contributions in the panel session. Moving next to Mr. Manish Kumar from DLF. A big round of applause to Manish Kumar ji for his wonderful contributions in the panel session. And now our honorable moderator for the panel, Mr. Raman Srivastava from Indraprastha Gas. A big round of applause to Ramanji for wonderfully moderating the session as well as for his valuable insights as well. I would now humbly request all the panel members to kindly step forward for a group photo, and Shaurya, if you could also join them, that will be great. So ladies and gentlemen, that was our panel on fire safety and prevention management, preventing industrial hazards. We had a fantastic session for the last 50 minutes, all thanks to this esteemed panel of industry experts and leaders. My compliments and thank you to all the panel members for sharing their insights.